Hi, you guys, it's your girl Jess, and today I'm basically going to be talking about getting your mental right before you step in any type of relationships. These relationships can be friendship relationships, these can be partner relationships, these can be business partner relationships as well. This can even be motherhood relationships. Okay, the relationships that you guys got with your kids. Make sure your mental's right before stepping into these relationships. So you got your partner relationship. You want to make sure that your mental is good for you. You know your jealousy is not there. You became the best person for yourself to step in a relationship with another man, with another woman, whatever relationships you guys tend to part in. Just having that um, relationship be best for yourself. Like if you know you're not ready for this relationship, don't get into the relationship. Some of these people get into them young. They step into a relationship, they get pregnant, they get older, find out that this wasn't what you signed up for. It's just being young and dumb. Also being aware, just being taught by the people around you. Maybe your mom ain't teach you this and that about a man before you stepped in a man's home. A lot of this can be taken on. You can learn about yourself, try to invest in a real black woman, invest in a woman that tends to know her know her emotions, invest in a married woman so she can teach you um, the responsibilities to take on as in being in a man's household. We also have just some other emotions. There's some other emotions that come with it, like jealousy, doing what you got to do for the man. It takes a lot of energy, and having to calm all that stuff down is what you're just going to have to do. You're just going to have to learn how it is to be a woman, a woman in your eyes first and in his eyes. So you not being, knowing that you're not ready for a relationship, or you're not even ready for your husband that you didn't been married to, and figured out along the way, dang, I don't even know how to be a wife. Take that time for yourself to learn how to be a wife, to learn how to be just a better person for yourself. Um, business practices, like if you got trust issues, don't put all your trust into one person. It takes a lot of you maturing as a person to step into, again, with the relationships, but to step into a business act to make yourself build with that person and in your business. You guys, you got to work on yourself and knowing knowing what you like and don't like, knowing that it's not always the other person's responsibility to tell you. And motherhood. Now, I know a lot of people, counting myself, I can use these tips, and I have, and I put them to use all the time. So basically, just knowing what you signed up for, even if it's in a long run, even when you just woke up and your children's this old, 4 or 6, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's getting out of hand. They're not listening to me. That's something that you can look on yourself, and because it's what you signed up for. So you really need to put learn how to put your kids in check. Learn the right type of discipline. I know that it's not always good to whoop your children. It's not always good to whoop your children. If they could, if you could talk to them and they listen and they understand, it's what you need to do. It's you need to lay the rules. You're the parent in the household. You need to lay the rules. And if they're not willing to cooperate, then that's when you do your discipline. Okay, because along the way they're stuck with you. So you got to put them in check. You got to put yourself in check as well. Like before I put my hands on her, let me talk to her. Let me see if I can make some sense out of her. Um, and if that doesn't go along, discipline. What kind of else relationship? So we have, if you, let me just say, if you just don't get your mind right, if you don't get that emotional right, it's a master of disaster. Disaster is waiting to come, because in any type of relationships, you need to check yourself ready. You need to check yourself first. Ask yourself, am I ready for this? What can I do to help myself, to help this relationship? How can I be a better person for him, for my business partner, for being a mother? Am I ready? Ask yourself. Just like before I go on this run, should I stretch first? Should I eat an apple or something? Should I drink some water? Should I bring me some water? Everything's a preparation. Everything's a preparation in life, even if it just now hits you. Learn yourself. Learn yourself, because this world ain't gonna be that patient with you. Some people learn after they've been beaten, or after they've been, fired, after they've been brokenhearted, and they're still messed up because they don't understand getting themselves ready before the actual situation took place. You need to have that with you. And I'm gonna be the first to tell you now. So, all right. A lot of people do this. A lot of people not prepare themselves, but a lot of people just sign up for something at a young age just because of how they were raised. Our mothers, our fathers, it's come from a generation of them not even knowing anything, not even teaching us the right things, and we have to find out ourselves. A lot of people have to do that, and ain't nothing wrong with it unless you know, unless you don't know. But that's all well the better to know, to check yourself. If you have been a bad mom this whole time and you're just realizing it, please check yourself. Because if you know you're just a bad mother, a bad wife, and a bad business partner, that bad is gonna manifest itself, and then you're really gonna be bad. You're gonna be in a real bad situation, and things are going to bless you. Just give it a chance to. Stop expecting somebody to make you happy. Stop expecting the next person to make you happy. Because in the long run, you're the only person that's going to make yourself happy. You're the only person that's going to get up and put the effort in. Once somebody see you put enough the effort in, that's when somebody will leave and see you for what it is, because ain't nobody going to do it for you. A person can put a smile on your face, but ain't nobody going to make you happy now. It's up for them emotions that's balanced in you. Like if you're having a bad day, work yourself into what makes you happy, what makes you uplifted, and never stop being that person for the people that you let in your life, because you let them in your life for a reason, especially children. Especially children. The way your life is going, their life is going to go, and there's a lot of, destructive children out here just because of how you choose to treat the world. If you choose to treat the world how the world is treating you, trust me, the being stuck in this matrix is the devil's work. Just know that all this TikToking and all this crate running and all this following the way that the world is working, it's a master of disaster. Go your own path, go your own way, eat your own foods. That helps you in your body to keep going, to keep elevating. Know that you are prior to yourself. Nobody can tell you what to do unless you're working a full-time job. You ain't got no break, and it pays good, and in y'all head that's the dream job. No, the dream job is knowing your worth, it's knowing where you're coming from, and knowing what you can do to the world to help yourself. See me, I'm gonna be taking flights. Cause I know seeing the world is gonna not just help me, but help everybody. Being in more nature is going to help everybody. And my daughter, she gonna sign up for school, but she don't need school right now. I can teach her, cause I have that knowledge, and I have a book, that day by day school and things. Smart as ever, very smart, even with the talking smart. But it's never gonna be too smart because that's where I come in and put her in her place, you know. And just business wise, please, if you know that you're investing something, you know that you're investing your own work, your own um paper into it. Don't be dumb into the next person. Don't see it for what it is, because this person probably aren't looking at the same goals as you're looking at. Make sure you're level headed with them. Not everybody has the same desires, but don't put all your faith, all that leap into one person, because it's only going to you're only going to see it in the long run. I try to tell people a lot of times, don't just don't just go with the flow of things. Don't If you know this person, just like me, trust your intuition. If you know this person ain't good all the time, has doubts, don't put all your trust and faith into her and say that she label her as a good person, because it's not true. It's not true. Everybody got doubts. I have doubts. You have doubts. Everybody have doubts. I'm not gonna say I'm just the goodest person, because I also still have a mind that runs, you know, where I can't control it. It's always just running. Everybody has it, but that's where that control comes in, and it stops, and you try to keep it level with you. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, just know yourself, please, because knowing somebody else take a lot of effort in and that mental stability, like I said, in housing, in your own housing, make sure you have just things to back you up. Once that emotional disconnection comes, like, before it destroys you, you know, make sure you just got your own backup plan. And that's all I pretty much got to say to you guys. Thank you for talking with me. And like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you liked about the video. Thanks.